I was almost followed home, so let's do a story time. So this happened to me and my best friend a few months ago. We had just finished hanging out with some of our friends, and this was after school. And then we had to get the train home. Our friends got a different train home and we went the other way. But the trains to our stop was either delayed or skipped. So we had to get on a random train that took us to a more central station. And so as we're getting off our stop, we noticed this random teen boy. And obviously we don't think much of it. And then we had to go up the stairs to a different platform. And he also went there, but in our minds, it's like, whatever. Anyways, so we're sitting down and we notice that he gradually starts to get closer. So then we get up and move, and then he moves closer. And then there was this train that came by, but it wasn't our train, and we didn't get on, and he didn't get on either. But then again, like, that could just not be his train. Also, we're not even going to talk about this difference. It is so bad. Anyway, so it's getting to the point where, like, I feel like he's kind of following us. And me and my friend were texting about it, and we're like, you know what, let's just move. We moved to like the middle of the station because we were sitting on the far side. And then right as we do that, our train arrived, so we get on the carriage. Like, you know what, cool, he's far away from us, so obviously he's going to get on a different one. But what do you know, right as the doors are closing, he jumps on this carriage. And there was 3 seats everywhere. There was 3 seats up, 3 seats down, everywhere. So me and my best friend sat in the 6-seater, and he sat in the 1-seater right next to us. The 1-seater. And there was other 1-seaters as well as 2-seaters and 3-seaters that he could have sat at. And it was getting to the point that me and my best friend were like, yeah, I think we're definitely being followed. Also, up the other end was a boy that I actually knew, but like we weren't friends or anything. And so as it got to our stop, I'm like, hey, let's get the far end, which is also the end that this other boy was getting off at. So then the guy that was following us followed us to the far end. And then my best friend and I were like, yeah, I definitely think he's following us. We are not overreacting. Then we started walking really slow, and then he was walking slow, but then he pretended to talk to the boy that we knew. Because of how slow we were walking, he ended up walking next to the boy that we knew, so he had to pretend to talk to him. Anyways, so I go to this really, really busy like tap-off area where you have to tap your ticket off. And there's so many more tap-off stations around, but where did he go but to my one? And then my best friend needed to go a different way to me, but I'm like, you know, let's not leave each other. At this point, we're like 95% sure that he's following us. Because we don't want to say someone's following us if he's not, and he's just like going the same sort of route as us. You know, like as a girl, you got to think of this stuff, sadly. Also, something to note is that me and my best friend were walking very fast and very slow, and he was doing the exact same speed as us. Then me and my best friend walked through this little walkway that not very many people walk through, but it's all open so people could see us. My best friend has the idea of stopping and tying her shoe because he was still following us. So she goes, hang on Zoe, I'm just going to stop and tie my shoe. So she was walking in front, I was walking behind her, and then behind me was this boy. Also, something to note is that this boy went to a local high school, but not a high school that anyone that lived in my suburb would really want to go to because it's not known as a good one. And so we also did think that it was kind of odd that he got off at our station when he goes to a high school that's like a bit further away. Anyways, so my friend stops to tie her shoe. She's like, hang on, I'm just going to tie my shoe. And guess who stops right behind me? He was waiting for us. So obviously we're 100% getting followed. My friend jumps up, and then we start running and being really loud, and we're like, oh my god, I came up with a random name, like, is that Rachel? Let's go follow her. Let's go surprise her. I'm so excited. Let's go follow her. So then we're sprinting up the stairs, and he starts speed walking. Then we run over to the other platform. My friend calls her mum. She's like, I think someone's following us. And then her mum's like, okay, just like kind of try and stay on the phone with me. My friend's like, I just want to go home. You know, like we couldn't see him, so we thought that like everything was fine. Then I'm like, okay, you know, like let's go out. And then we'll just like yell out like, yeah, we'll call each other and stuff. As we go back out of the platform, what do we see but him waiting at the lights, except his lights go, but he doesn't cross because I didn't cross. So then I yell out, oh my god, my mum's so mad at me. She's looking at my location and she's like, why aren't you home yet? And then me and my friend sort of just like split off. She goes her way, I go my way, but like we're kind of yelling across the road. I'm like, yep, let's call each other until we get home. And then he just like goes across the lights and he goes. That situation could have been much worse than what it was. And it was very scary at that time as well. Like, I'm very lucky that that's all that happened, but I shouldn't have to be lucky that that's all that happened. Like, it is so disgusting that this sort of stuff happens all the time, and as women, we always have to be on alert. I thought I'd share this story because, like, it's very important that we know that this can happen with anyone. Like a teenager can follow you, an old person can follow you, it can be anyone. And it sucks as women that we have to be careful, but we do. I hope everyone stays safe out there. If you made it to the end of the video, comment down a pink bow emoji.